Greetings. A topic has been bugging me for a long time now. Um, just observing people, right? Just looking around. Um, which is, I don't think people know how to ambition, and I should clarify what that means. Um, there's always like a stigma. You're either on one team or the other. You either think ambition is the greatest thing ever and you want to compete to the top and beat everyone, and then leave somewhere and like, 20 years later you have no kids, no nothing, and you just sit there sad and lonely, regretting your past decisions. Or you have the other route, it's just ambition is super bad and you should never be ambitious, and ambition is horrible, and it only creates bad people who hate everyone and hate everything. And um, I disagree with both. Um, and it's not just a balance thing either. It's not about like, oh, finding the right amount of ambition to have and all that stuff. That's like elementary. I think there's a problem with the definition of ambition to begin with. So, a lot of people who want to be ambitious and want to do ambitious things, in my opinion, they do it in a very immature way. Like, when you see like a musician or an artist, they started drawing at 10 and now they're 16, and now they're at their edgy phase, and it's clear by their expressions, and you look at it, and if you're a smart individual, you'll be like, oh, that's just a phase. Like, they'll grow out of this edginess, and either the edginess matures and becomes something better, or they just grow out of it and transfer to something that's better. Well, um, I think a lot of people are stuck into like the edgy phase of ambition, and that's how ambition is looked at. So, let's say I have goals in life. I want to produce things. I think that's any healthy individual should strive to do something or be something, or otherwise you're just dead around here. You're doing nothing. You're content, and that's a problem, because the body's never content. When you say you're content, usually it's because you achieved something. So when you didn't achieve anything or do something out of your life and now you're content, there's always a problem. Well, um, a lot of people uh, have goals, and they want to strive to do them. And to some, to reach their goals, they're willing to take shortcuts that aren't really clean. Does that If that makes any sense? Like, if you read the 48 Laws of Power, like, and you go through that book, you come to realize, holy shit, people are nasty, and the reason they're nasty is because, there is, as Louis C.K. said, the forever empty in their heart, and they're trying to fill it up with shit, whatever it is, and whether it be the CEO of a company, or just being the most caregiver, or whatever, right? Like, you try to fill it with something, and um, a lot of people, their ambition to fill that something, their trust in their capabilities, and their need for achievement, and sometimes attention and glory, forces them to actually push themselves and push others, and just create a lot of negativity in the world for the sake of constructing something, well, or building something for themselves. And I don't think you're supposed to do that. I think what you should do is to um, take the slower approach. Now, this seems rudimentary, right? Like elementary. This is nothing. Oh, you're saying simple stuff here. Yet I say the simple stuff because often when crisis hits or the moment hits you, that's the most important moment to remember the simple stuff. You know? So if you're gonna ambition, do it in a healthy, mature way. Healthy competition. And I always say, don't strive to be the best, just strive to be better. And the reason I say that is because um, being the best in my opinion, isn't something you choose. It's something that happens. It's an accident. It's like happiness. If you strive for happiness, you won't find it, or it'll be like nothing. It'll be a puffball. But if you do things and hope happiness comes, you'll find it pleasantly greeting you on the door every day. And if you don't look for comfort, comfort happens on its own. These things are not supposed to be strived towards. And so is being the best. The best happens by accident. Eventually, the need to be the best, if that's your need and not to be better, like if one overtakes the other, if being better, you're good. But if being best takes over, it becomes obsessive. You start comparing yourself to everybody, and when somebody's better than you feel better and you hate yourself. And that's what gives ambition its stigma. I want to be the top of the company. Why do you want to be though? Just to be the top? Well, what do you think you can do there? Let's say you see things that others can't, and only if you are at a higher position, you can't work on these. So, like, you can't work on these right now. So, if you are in a top spot, you can actually, your opinion will be listened to. So, what you do is, okay, I want to climb up the ranks for the eventual goal of implementing something I think is best for everyone, and that's my mark on the world. Fine. These are good, ambitious goals. But if you just want to be on the top, and then you want to be I just want to be president. I want to have my name with the president list. One out of 1 zillion of people's. Well, that's going to be a problem. So in short, if you're gonna ambition, and you should, do it in a healthy, constructive, friendly way. Friendly competition is always the best form of competition out there. Not that Muhammad Ali, stuff, that era where everybody just hated each other's guts, George Foreman and Muhammad Ali just killing each other in the ring. No, not that. But a more friendly competition, especially between your colleagues. If somebody wins on something, you don't just give them the sportsmanship, mean it, and that makes all the difference. And the way it goes is, that's me saying for short. Well, whatever. If you're gonna ambition in a healthy, friendly way, because the alternative is just destructive, and destruction is never good. The only time destruction is good is for the purpose of rebirth. But if you're gonna do it for the purpose of climbing up the ranks, or if you burn the forest down so you can own the land, well, that's a problem. But if you want to burn the forest down because it's rotting, and the ashes from the rot will rise up like the phoenix, that's fine. Be poetic about it. Sometimes you got to start over to do it right. If that's the mentality of destruction, that's the only time it's good. Anything else, no matter what, a good amount of healthiness, a good amount of matureness in your ambition is always better. So yeah, long story short, don't be edgy with your ambition. See you guys on the next one.